Another point I want to bring up today is the concept of resentment. I am struggling with this one. Let me be open about that. But in my previous video, I talked about fear. And I've also talked about the concept of breaking generational patterns for many people is because you've come to a point where you can no longer tolerate them. You've reached your limit of trauma, of pain, of abuse, of whatever it is, and you've cracked and you're able to divert from the lineage pathway that was being planted in front of you. It takes a lot of guts to do that. It takes awareness to do that, and certainly some tenacity. I talk about that it's important to put blame where blame goes and to forgive yourself for the accommodations that you've had to make for yourself so that you can adapt to that upbringing. But I want to point something out that is uncomfortable to hear. For most people, the reason that you are able to break the generational trauma is because your forebears took the brunt of it. That you were able to break the curse of your family because your mother or your father took on so much trauma that your quota was able to be filled in your lifetime and you were able to break free. They took enough of it that what they gave you was the best that they could, even if it wasn't very good. And I'm not saying all. There's a lot of people out there that just reveled in replicating the cycles that had been inflicted upon them. But if you're somebody who knows that your parents tried the best they could, even though it hurt you in innumerable ways, that there's a reverence and gratitude that we should have, that I should have, for those people, for taking on as much as they did and trying as best as they could not to replicate those cycles as much as they could. You know, the concept, sorry, somebody's doing work, but the concept of maybe your parents, they're your grandparents, maybe they beat the shit out of your parents. Maybe they took everything that they prized, anything that they held dear, and they broke it in front of them just to show them how little they valued anything they gave and anything they cared about. Maybe they told them that, you know, if you even roll your eyes at me, you're out of this house forever. You know, and maybe for you, maybe it was close, but maybe it wasn't quite that bad. And if it wasn't, if there is even a few percentage points of improvement from their parent, the way they were parented to the way you were parented, then the resentment we feel needs to be counterbalanced with gratitude as well. Even if you're no context, even if you're not able to have them in your life because they still, you know, they can't grow any further. That was as far as they could take it. That's okay. But it's worth noticing. And it's worth having gratitude for. That even if they didn't do great, they did a little better. Resentment. It's not something we try and hold. And it is something that is an energetic drain. And so if you're able to release it, even just a little bit, it's to your benefit. I love you.